Good morning, everyone. We'll begin the day's proceedings in a few minutes. I request you all to kindly settle down, take your seats. We'll begin in a few minutes. You all a very good morning. I would now like to invite the dignitaries onto the dais. We have with us Shri Amardeep Singh Bhatia, Secretary to Government, Department of Promotion of Industry, Internal Trade, Government of India. A very warm welcome to you, sir. We have with us Dr. S. Selvakumar, Principal Secretary to Government of Commerce and Industries Department, Government of Karnataka. A very warm welcome to you, sir. We also have with us Shri Sanjay Kumar, Special Chief Secretary to Government, Industries and Commerce Department, Government of Telangana. Shri Rajat Kumar Saini, Chief Executive Officer and MD, NICDC. Srimati Gunjan Krishna, Commissioner of Industries Development and Director of Industries and Commerce, Government of Karnataka. Dr. N. Rivraj, Secretary to Government, Industries and Commerce Department, Government of Andhra Pradesh. Dr. Mahesh, Chief Executive Officer, Executive Member, Karnataka Industrial KIADB. Shri Rahul who's with us today, and Srimati Pallavi Baldev, Special Secretary to Industries, Investment Promotion and Commerce Department, Government of Tamil Nadu. A very warm welcome to all the dignitaries on the dais. Good morning, everyone. How are you all feeling today? Good? Can we see bright smiles? It's a Saturday morning, wonderful, shining bright, and here we are in Namma Bengaluru, where the weather can be nothing better than this. Great nations are not built in a moment, but they are built by moments like these, where vision meets will, ambition is backed by action. Viksit Bharath unfolds with each bold investment. It brings me immense pleasure and pride to render a heartfelt welcome to each and every one of you who've gathered amongst us this morning. My name is Meghna, and I'll be your host. We are honored to host the Viksit Bharath 2047 Investors Roundtable Conference, jointly supported by NICDC, CBIC TITL, DPIIT, Government of India, Government of Karnataka, and Invest India. It is a pivotal dialogue that brings together ambition and action, vision and venture. As India marches confidently towards the historic milestone of 100 years of independence, the collective goal is clear: to build Viksit Bharath, a developed, resilient, and inclusive India. Today, Bengaluru, India's innovation capital, sets stage for collaboration, investment, and bold ideas. This platform is more than just a roundtable. It is a commitment to co-create a future where growth is sustainable, opportunities are equitable, and India's economic might is matched by human potential. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, dignitaries, visionary investors, industry leaders, policy makers, and change makers, hearty welcome. I would now like to call upon Dr. S. Selvakumar, Principal Secretary, to welcome the gathering.
Good morning, everyone. Our dignitaries, esteemed guests, industry leaders, delegates, and friends. A warm welcome to all of you to this Viksit Bharath at 2047 Investor Roundtable Conference. We are gathered here at a time when India stands on the threshold of an industrial transformation. It offers us an opportunity to align our industrial ambitions with national infrastructure strategies and synergize to create maximum impact. Karnataka today stands out as an industrial and innovation hub in India. It leads India across many key sectors with 40% share in electronics design, 52% in machine tools, 65% in aerospace and defense manufacturing, 60% in biotech exports, cementing its position as an innovation-driven industrial powerhouse. CBIC corridor, which is a joint venture between Government of Karnataka and NICDC, Government of India undertaking, has a specific role to play in the industrial development of Karnataka. The Tumkuru node, which is part of Chennai-Bangalore infrastructure corridor, is poised to be a major growth driver of Karnataka. Spanning 8,500 acres, it is one of the first industrial nodes under CBIC and enjoys strategic connectivity via National Highway 48, just 120 kilometers from Bangalore. The economic impact of this node will be substantial. The phase 1 development is expected to create approximately 100,000 jobs and attract around 7,000 crores of investment in the next 5 to 6 years. This initiative, this kind of initiative that reflect the power of visionary leadership and collaborative governance between Government of India and Government of Karnataka. I extend my deepest gratitude to Sri Amardeep Singh Bhatia ji, Secretary to Government, Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, that is DPIIT, Government of India, whose leadership and vision has been instrumental in shaping India's industrial growth agenda. We are honored by his presence and grateful for his continued guidance in driving initiatives. Sir, I welcome you on behalf of Government of Karnataka and all those present here. I welcome Dr. N. Yuvaraj, Secretary to Government, Industries and Commerce Department of Industries and Commerce Department, Government of Andhra Pradesh, for this conference. I welcome him on behalf of Government of India and Government of Karnataka. I welcome Sri Rajat Kumar Saini, Chief Executive Officer and MD of National Industrial Corridor Development Corporation, New Delhi, Government of India, for this conference. He is the pillar behind this CBIC's progress for the last 2 years. He has been continuously following with all of us. I now welcome Ms. Pallavi, Special Secretary to Government of Tamil Nadu, Department of Industries, for this conference. I also welcome our Commissioner of Industries and Commerce, Ms. Gunjan Krishna, for this conference. I also welcome Dr. Mahesh, CEO and Executive Member of Karnataka Industrial Area Development Board, Government of Karnataka, for this conference. I also welcome all the representatives of various governments like Government of Puducherry and Andaman and Nicobar Island representatives. I also welcome all the officers and friends from Government of India for this conference. I would like to welcome all the industry leaders, industry association representatives, and all those present here for this important conference, which will throw us a light on various issues facing industries development in India, and also the policy perspectives which need to be deliberated in the future. I would like to thank DPIIT, NICDC, CBIC, and Invest India for organizing this timely and important dialogue. What excites me most is the impact these corridors have on regions and communities that were earlier off industrial map. Districts like Tumkuru, Kolar, and more are seeing opportunities in logistics, value-added manufacturing, and supply chain integration. As we deliberate today, let us keep in mind our shared goal, that is building a competitive, inclusive, and sustainable industrial base that will power a Viksit Bharath by 2047. I am optimistic that the ideas exchanged here will translate into actionable outcomes, and we will extend all possible cooperation to ensure that our partnership flourish. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We would also like to render a heartfelt welcome to you. I would now like to request sir to present him a bouquet. Dr. Selva Kumar, Principal Secretary, Government of Karnataka. Light symbolizes journey from darkness to life. I would now like to request all the dignitaries on the dais to kindly light the lamp and inaugurate this very important roundtable conference. We would like to welcome Shri Sanjay Kumar, Special Chief Secretary, Government of Telangana, who's joined us now. Hearty welcome to you, sir. The word keynote comes from ancient Europe, the musical concerts, where keynote was the one that set the context for the entire musical concert. And today, to present the keynote address, I would like to welcome Shri Amardeep Singh Bhatia, Secretary, DPIIT, Government of India. Sir, over to you.
My dear colleagues on the dais from Karnataka, Kerala, Telangana, Tamil Nadu. Any other state I'm missing out? No. Andamans. And NICDC CEO and colleagues in the audience as well as members of the industry from Karnataka and the southern region. It's indeed a pleasure to be here with all of you. We thought that we'll start off a dialogue, regional meetings with industries to showcase what is being done by the government, central government along with the state governments for the industry, and also highlight, of course, all of you know the opportunities, but also highlight the opportunities and the facilities, the facilitative environment which is being created for industry. So this is the first of that series of regional workshops which we'll be conducting. We'll be learning some things from here and hoping to include those elements in the later conferences or workshops. All of you are aware, I think should be aware of the macroeconomic direction which the country is taking, the growth story of India, how opportunities are being created on account of the robust growth which is happening, the more than 6.5% or 6 to 7% growth, which is projected also for the next 5 years. And the greater interest of the investors, not only from within our country, but from across the world, for investing in India, for manufacturing in India. We also have a huge population, not only a big population, but also the largest working age population in the world. And skills which are growing, skills which I say range from those who can be used for assembly, right up to the level of the skills where they can carry out the most complex designs. Most complex designs in semiconductors or in software design also. So this entire spectrum of skills is available, not only within India, we also see how our skillful young youth are contributing in other countries also. Government also is very clear in its policies that it has to facilitate business. Government has been very clear, steady, and the policy direction has been extremely consciously laid down that we have to facilitate businesses, we have to remove any roadblocks which are coming in, allowing businesses to grow and grow fast. So if we look at that, look at the entire cycle of how businesses grow, start from entrepreneurship level itself. There are various policies of government which are aimed at building entrepreneurship spirit right from the schools. Promoting startups. We have a strong startup program. We'll be having a small presentation on the startup. Also, we have officers from the startup division who will be making that presentation. Promoting startups through incubators, through providing the right financing schemes. And Bangalore is a hub of incubation and startup. We have two of the best incubators in the country located in Bangalore, and a lot of innovation is happening in companies in the country. And linked with these startups, again, we have reformed the intellectual property framework, making it easier. We've taken a number of steps to ensure that the time taken for patents to be granted, time taken for a registration of a design, time taken for a trademark to be registered is reduced. We have strengthened the CGPTTM office, the Controller General Office of Patents, so that this happens in a faster manner. So moving from startups, then when you have to do business, again, if one starts from 2014 onwards, if you recall the doing business report, if you recall the various steps taken by government towards the insolvency code, which was brought in, the single incorporation form, application form, and all those steps which were taken, we have documented around 40,000 provisions where, more than 40,000 where steps have been taken to ease doing business. The Honorable Prime Minister has very clearly laid down for all of us that we have to focus on further deregulation. This ease of doing business steps which we have taken over the last 10 years, we have to further deepen it, decriminalize those provisions which are unnecessarily creating a burden on, unnecessarily providing opportunities for misuse, remove those compliances which are again unnecessary, bring in third-party agencies for inspection, reduce the burden on account of inspections, and a number of steps. There's a deep dive. We are looking at each and every regulation at the central level, and we are also requesting the states, we're partnering with the states. There's a deregulation cell also which has been set at the Office of the Cabinet Secretary. Secretaries have been assigned states, Government of India secretaries, and they are working very closely with the state governments. All the state governments here, they are aware of it. The secretaries have been sitting with the chief secretaries, and also they have gone and met the industry chambers, listened to the industries, brought the feedback given to the state governments also. And we are very happy to note, all of you should be very happy to note that there's a very good progress being made on the deregulation front. The Jan Vishwas bill, which decriminalized a lot of provisions at the central level, at the state level also, similar exercises are being conducted. Number of states have already taken out their Jan Vishwas bills. This, in the next couple of months, you will see that this will further speed up. Government, that Honorable Prime Minister has very clearly told us, this has to deepen and we have to carry out, take all necessary steps to ensure that whatever impediments are there in doing business easily in the country, those should be removed. And we are pushing, we are requesting the states also to work hand in hand with us, because quite a lot of work has to be done at the state level in the way the laws are implemented, in taking these reforms to the district level, to the municipal level, in changing the mindset from a regulatory to a facilitative role, in ensuring that what is intended on paper actually translates into what is meant to be delivered, actually translates into reality. The single window systems that we have in place actually provide end-to-end digital services within the time frame that is laid down, and also in a transparent manner. So this is one area where we continue a deregulation. We also have taken a number of steps towards ensuring that the logistics cost comes down. PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan, many of you would be aware of. The National Logistic Policy, many of you would be aware of. Along with the National Logistic Policy, how both the state governments and the central governments have worked together to put in place state logistic policies. We are also requesting states to bring out city plans so that logistics issues are also addressed in the city logistics plan. City level planning also we are focusing on. In the process, a lot of infrastructure also has been developed. Infrastructure in a more planned manner, addressing the last mile connectivity issues. Resultantly, the cost on logistics has come down substantially. We are carrying out a study also, hopefully in the next couple of months. It's an extensive study. That demonstration also will be there in front of you. The objective results of the efforts which are being made. But there's a lot more which can be done and needs to be done. It has to be a continuous effort. If we are to be the best in the world, we have to keep improving. And this is an area, again, where there is a lot of focus on logistics. We also have the various schemes. The PLI schemes are in place. In addition to that, state governments are also giving their own incentives for various sectors. We also, in order to address the issue of availability of land, the NICDC will be presenting on this, but we have a National Industrial Corridor Development Program under which 20 places, industrial townships are being developed. And they are providing world-class facilities, all trunk infrastructure developed, effluent treatment plants made available, power connections taken care of, water supply, sanitation, all common facilities taken care of. There are a number of parks in the southern states also. In Karnataka, we have one in Tumkuru. We have in Andhra Pradesh also. We have in Krishnapatnam, Koparthi, Overkul, Zahirabad. In Kerala, Palakkad also we are having parks. This is in addition to the industrial parks which were already developed by the states, either themselves or collaboratively with the state governments. In addition, the Government of India is also in final stages of development of a scheme for funding 100 industrial parks, where I think the states are already aware, states have already contribute towards designing that scheme, and we are hopeful that that scheme also can be rolled out fast and will be able to provide more land to industries who want to speedily start manufacturing in the country. And mind you, there are other sector-specific schemes. We have the textile schemes, we have the pharma scheme, we have the food sector scheme, we have the electronic sector schemes on industrial parks. So industrial infrastructure also, a lot of it is being provided for. What we expect now is that all of you start investing, expanding the manufacturing which you are already doing. And there is a big market within India. There is a big market outside the country also. There are a number of new market access opportunities which have been created. We have market access opportunities created in Australia, through UAE, with UK, with EU. We have negotiations going on. With US also, although there's these tariffs which are there, but in the long term, we are expecting the trade to grow there also. Services is anyway is growing, but we also expect goods sector to grow. And if we have to achieve our targets of becoming Viksit Bharath, we have to produce at scale in the country. We have to produce at large scale. We have to ensure that our manufacturing grows, not only to cater to our domestic market, but also to global markets. We capture a larger share of the global market. And towards this direction, I will be listening to all of you. We'll be listening to see how we can further improve, provide facilities so that you become more competitive, our manufacturing becomes more competitive, and you are able to meet the aspirations which not only the government, but the entire people of the country have in becoming a developed nation by 2047. I'll stop here. Thank you. And we have a number of presentations. We hope that all of you will have a good feel of what is happening in the government sector and what are expectations. And after that, I think we have open house where we have interaction with all of you, and we expect good feedback from all of you also. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I would now like to call upon Shri Shivam Bhatam, Senior AVP from Invest India, for his presentation.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and very good morning to all the esteemed guests on the dais here. Are you able to hear me? So today I'm going to talk about, firstly, what Invest India is. My name is Shivam Bhatam and I lead the states engagement at Invest India. So we're going to talk about what Invest India is and how is it helping investors. Next, we're also going to talk about what states are doing to attract investment and what opportunities are there for investors to capitalize on that growth that states are making, and how to take a part in that. And finally, we are going to come at where are the opportunities lying across India and how we as state governments, as central governments, as Invest India can partner with you, can facilitate you in your investment journey. So Invest India is a Section 8 company under DPIT. We are there to facilitate investors both in India and outside India. Our primary mandate is to attract investments in all sectors across all states. We work very closely with all state governments across India. And basically, our aim is to ease the journey that an investor has to make right from the point when he or she starts thinking about investments to the point that they acquire land and set up their shop. So we'll dive into that later on. I want to also show you what Invest India, or what India's growth story has been for the past 8 to 10 years. So if you can see this chart, I can divide India's states into three categories. It's like a rocket with 3 boosters. So when rocket goes into space, it sheds 1 boosters one by one. So right now, currently only 1 or 2 boosters of India's growth story are firing. That is basically the advanced states which are already very industrialized, and the upcoming states which are industrializing or haven't been industrialized for the past 4-5 years. My third booster, which is basically the emerging states, has still not started firing. And even with this 1.5, 2 boosters firing, we are still growing at 6.5%, 7% per annum. So we can imagine what the growth story will be when all the 3 boosters of India will start firing, and we can probably expect to grow at 9 to 10% per annum in terms of GDP growth rate. So the opportunity, it is said that not only lies where investments and infrastructure creation is happening, but also opportunity lies where nothing is there. So for investors, the greatest returns come from places where there is nothing there, because there is no competition there, so you can set up according to your own shop. So just dividing across 4 pillars on how states are attracting FDI. So the first pillar that you can see is industrial infrastructure development, which is basically what the primary core of objective of this event is, which is NICDC's industrial infrastructure development strategy. The second is basically the regional strategic advantage and ecosystem that states are building to attract supply chains, to attract anchor players. The third is the facilitation part. How do states benchmark their policies? How do they facilitate investors? Which is where Invest India comes in. And finally, what policies are there to support investors, both at a central level and at a state level. So those three buckets which we had shown in the last slide, the strategies for across all these three pillars, all these four pillars, will be different for different states. For example, an emerging state will not focus much on niche sectors. They will first want to build basic manufacturing and attract anchor players. While advanced states, like for example, a Karnataka or a Gujarat, may want to attract high-end investments, build more R&D capabilities, build more partnerships. So that is where, as investors, you see more opportunities depending on your industry, your skill set, where to go and how to invest. In terms of, I also wanted to highlight how much the government is spending on CapEx and how the opportunity lies with investors in this story. So if we are spending a lot on CapEx, there is a multiplier effect that comes in terms of employment, in terms of job creation, in terms of economy, in terms of output. And that gives more money ultimately to the end users, which is the investors. So in the end, you have more money to spend on your projects, more CapEx in your hands to push forward more investment into the country. So just putting emphasis on the previous slide, every infrastructure development that happens in the country has a multiplier effect. So for example, an airport development takes place. So there are primary effects, there are secondary effects, there are tertiary effects. So let's say an airport is coming up in Bangalore. So the primary effect will be that, of course, the connectivity will come, the international connectivity will be there, there'll be more flights. But there'll be a secondary effect also. That is, MRO activity will take place. More logistics companies will come forward. And there's a tertiary effect also, which is basically maybe medical tourism will be boosted. Or maybe there'll be an aero city that will come around, and more tourism and more leisure opportunities will come forward. So there are opportunities across all states in which CapEx spending is happening. And what we have seen across economies, across various countries, is that the cost for investment is the lowest when there is plug-and-play infrastructure, which is, I think, what is NICDC's strength. You get plug-and-play industrial parks where you don't have to worry about trunk infrastructure, where you don't have to worry about litigation, where you don't have to worry about spending money on law and order. So it's a ready-made facility made for you just to come and set up your shop. And the cost for setting up your factory is almost 1/3 compared to acquiring a private land from anywhere in the state. So that is the advantage with plug and play, and we are seeing that happen across state governments also. They're coming up with plug and play. Even for MSMEs, they're coming with built-to-suit factories. And finally, as I told you, Invest India, we are the National Investment Promotion Facilitation Agency. We are there to guide you on your journey. Whatever queries you have, whatever doubts you have about any sector, any state, you want to inquire about various investment policies or land, or even interact with state governments, please let us know. I'll be available for engagement after this session. That is all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shiva. We now have two videos, one on ease of doing business, and the second is about NICDC, National Industrial Corridor Development Program.
India's efforts to improve the business environment started in the 1990s, but since 2014, under the decisive leadership of Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, there has been a focused, mission-mode drive to accelerate ease of doing business.
हमारे युवा अपनी मनचाही कंपनी आसानी से खोल पाएं, वो अपने एंटरप्राइज आसानी से बन पाएं, उन्हें आसानी से चला पाएं, इस ओर जोर दिया गया है। कंप्लायंसेस को कम करके, कानूनों को समाप्त करके, कंपनीज एक्ट के अनेक प्रावधानों को डीक्रिमिनलाइज करके हमने सुनिश्चित किया है कि भारत की कंपनियां न सिर्फ आगे बढ़े बल्कि नई ऊंचाई को प्राप्त करें।
This has led to significant achievements, including a 79 rank improvement in the World Bank's Doing Business report from 2014 to 2019. Key reforms like the introduction of GST, the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, and the establishment of commercial courts have further strengthened India's business landscape. The focus now shifts from large-scale reforms to implementing process reforms that truly enhance investor experience. In 2020, the Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, DPIIT, launched the Reducing Compliance Burden exercise. This comprehensive effort, involving all central ministries, departments, states, union territories and industry associations, created a centralized online repository. The Regulatory Compliance Portal, RCP, was developed as a single platform to monitor and update activities related to burdensome compliances. The RCP initiative has been transformative. Over 52,000 compliances were identified across India, with more than 42,000 already reduced. This reduction is achieved on the basis of 4 pillars: simplification of procedures, approvals, rules; elimination of redundant laws or processes; digitization of approvals or procedures or inspections; decriminalization of minor, technical or procedural defaults. A key focus has been decriminalizing minor offences to boost investments. The Jan Vishwas Act 2023 reduced several criminal consequences of minor, technical and procedural defaults, easing the burden on the justice system and prioritizing serious offences. The success of RCB lays the groundwork for ongoing regulatory reforms. RCB brings a critical benefit to states. Act-wise detailed analysis of reduced compliances has been undertaken for comparing the progress across all states and union territories. Given the complex regulatory system in India, identification of provisions for removal, rationalization and decriminalization becomes easier through cross-learning. Further, Government of India is already working on Jan Vishwas 2.0. Building upon the Jan Vishwas Act 2023. India is entering a new era of ease of doing business. With DPIIT as a nodal department, continuous efforts to simplify regulations will bolster India's journey toward becoming a global business leader.
India, the fastest growing economy in the world. $5 trillion economy by 2027. Third largest economy globally in terms of purchasing power parity. Among all of this, a program aligned with the vision of Atmanirbhar and Viksit Bharath was silently revolutionizing India's industrial landscape, matching it with global standards. National Industrial Corridor Development Program. Its mission to create greenfield industrial smart cities that foster economic growth, attract investments and strengthen India's position in global value chains. Focused on creating infrastructure ahead of demand, enhancing logistics and building sustainable, resilient infrastructure to drive the vision of an Atmanirbhar Bharat. Building on the success of 4 developed greenfield smart cities, Dholera, India's first semicon city in Gujarat, Auric, the golden address in Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, Maharashtra, Integrated Industrial Township, Greater Noida in Uttar Pradesh, and Integrated Industrial Township, Vikram Udyogpuri in Madhya Pradesh. Now taking industrial innovation to the next level with 4 more projects under construction. Tumukuru Industrial Township in Karnataka, Krishnapatnam Industrial Area in Andhra Pradesh, Integrated Multimodal Logistics Hub IMLH Nangal Chaudhary in Haryana, Multimodal Logistics Hub MMLH Dadri in Uttar Pradesh. Government of India has approved 12 new industrial smart cities across 10 states under 6 corridors with a total investment of 28,602 crore rupees. All projects ensure litigation-free land and all necessary approvals in place, including blanket environmental clearances. A streamlined single-window clearance system ensures a smooth journey from land allotment to operational consents, significantly enhancing the ease of doing business for industries. This efficient process has enabled various companies to commence production within 2 years of land allocation. Some of the focus sectors of these cities are semiconductors, aerospace and defense, green hydrogen, pharmaceuticals, heavy engineering, general manufacturing, electronics and white goods, textiles and apparel, and food processing and many more. Incentives and sector-specific policies are key drivers for manufacturers in these smart cities. They benefit from both state-level incentives and those offered by the central government, making these locations highly attractive for industrial development. NICDC, India Reimagined.
I would now like to call upon Shri Rajat Kumar Saini, CEO and MD, NICDC, for his address.
Good morning, everyone. So, I think this context is already set by Secretary DPIIT in his keynote address as well as the various videos and the presentations before. I would just skip through a few slides to add on to what has been told. So NICDC, as we told in the video, builds greenfield industrial smart cities. This is an effort complementing what states are already doing. So just to give a number, more than 4,000 odd industrial parks are there in India, private, public, etc., etc. And what NICDC cities do, first we identify industrial corridors, build these cities which act as like industrial hubs. So there are 11 industrial corridors. These lines that you see crisscrossing the whole map of India are basically industrial corridors. This is just this is kind of a planning tool where the industrial ecosystem and the connectivity infrastructure, they are mapped and an industrial corridor is identified. So Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor was the first one, and then Chennai-Bengaluru, Amritsar, Kolkata, Bengaluru-Mumbai, etc., etc. And not just the Ministry of Commerce and Industry is working on it. Once these industrial corridors are identified, apart from greenfield industrial smart cities, railways work to make railway sidings, to provide rail connectivity. Ministry of Road Transport and Highways works to ensure road connectivity and multimodal logistic parks. Ministry of Petroleum Natural Gas would work for providing the industrial gas, etc., etc., etc. And obviously, states do a lot of work to fill in the last mile infrastructure. And that is how overall an industrial smart city is planned and executed. This is an experiment which started around 10 years back, that we should build global standard industrial infrastructure ahead of demand and not wait for, okay, some investor has come, let's build this. We should build this ahead of demand and then showcase it to the world. These are the salient features already covered in the video. The only difference from an industrial park to an industrial city is apart from plug and play, we also try to have walk to work, and for this, a lot of social infrastructure is also being created. That social infrastructure, it includes schools, colleges, industrial worker housing. Like in case of Tumkuru, it also includes a stadium. In case of Shendra Bitkin in Maharashtra, we have already allotted for medical college and skilling center. So a holistic approach in with due cooperation with the states is being planned to develop these industrial smart cities. These are some slides to show the India's labor advantage. I'm sure the gathering over here knows all about this. We can just see that India's labor cost is the cheapest compared to the peer countries. The distance and the logistics advantage to the various consumer hubs. These are so today the representation of officers is from these 6 places, these 6 states, as well as the union territories. These are the 6 projects of NICDC. We have one obviously in Tumkuru, Krishnapatnam, Koparthi, Orvakal, Zahirabad, Palakkad. These are just some of the pictures of what kind of work that is happening. These are all under construction, and I'm sure that if there are some investment plans being made today, by the time that investment is grounded, all these areas would be constructed. This is what has happened over last 7-8 years. As you can see, these are the snapshots of our 4 existing cities. Dholera, I'm sure most of you would have heard as the India's first semiconductor city. Our first semiconductor fab is being constructed in Dholera, and we hope to manufacture our first semiconductor chip sometime in 28. I leave you with this slide. Already the units to which we have allotted land, already 1,07,000 employment potential is there to do in those units, and 1,83,000 crore worth of investment is being planned in these industrial smart cities. And these are the figures for just 4 cities that are already up and running. And there are, as Secretary Sir said, there are 20 such projects and 100 more industrial parks, big industrial parks, again of global standards, of what the kind of standards that NICDC subscribes to, are being constructed with cooperation with the joint effort of Government of India and state governments. So exciting times ahead, and I am sure through you I would like to reach out to the broader investor community that you should consider investing in NICDC cities. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. I would now like to call upon Dr. Sumit Kumar, Director, Startup India, DPIIT, for his address.
So, good morning, everyone. I have been told to be short and crisp. That's the message I have received. And first of all, I like to thank Secretary DPIIT, Selva Kumar sir, all the senior officers who have taken out time for being here, industry leaders, association heads, incubators, because some of the incubator leads also have met me in the morning, and startups. So thanks a lot for coming here, and Rajat sir for giving us this opportunity. I mean, Bangalore as a destination and as a location to have this interaction. This is, I believe, the perfect city which has captured what startup revolution in India has been. A city which is home to, we talk about India being the 3rd largest ecosystem, and that is based on the valuation of the unicorns we have in the country. And the maximum number of unicorns, if there are around 40 unicorns out of 118 plus unicorns in Bangalore alone, which makes is among the top 10 startup cities in the world. So that is what we are talking about. But how did this change happen? So in next 10 minutes, I'll like you to, feel the journey which Startup India movement has taken place. So the next slide, please. So the Honorable Prime Minister on 16 January 2016 launched the Startup India movement. On 16 January, the number of startups which were there were 424. And it was felt that there are 3 pillars on which Government of India needs to focus on. These 3 pillars are simplification and handholding, funding support, and collaboration. So before anything, a startup needed to be defined. So the current definition of startup is that it has to be a private limited company. It can be a limited liability partnership or a registered partnership. Its life cannot be more than 10 years, and the turnover has to be less than 100 crores. And it has to focus on innovation, scalability, job creation and wealth creation are the goals. And sir, I would request all the senior officers present here that, in the journey of last 10 years, there have been 3 revisions. The original definition started with turnover of 25 crore and lifespan of 7 crore. And we are again in the process of revising our definition. So inputs from your side, from all the states who are sitting here, and I would also request all the startups and the incubators also to write to us. We anyways are going to be here for the whole day. So, and also in the interaction, please highlight what are the changes you want, if any, in the definition. For all of us, the process and the beauty of Startup India has been the ease with which any entity can register itself as a startup. Sir, in last 2 years since I have been in Startup India, sir, one of the major grievances that we used to have was that, in the registration process, there is a delay of 72 hours, 2 weeks, even some cases where delay was more than 3 months, sir, and I believe, sir, would not have even received one complaint, at least in this, and we have a benchmarking of any application which comes to us at Startup India portal that it has to be given yes or no within 24 hours. So that is the benchmark we have, and we are committed to that. So what the combined efforts have led to, this is the kind of progress we have. We have more than 1,80,000 startups. More than 20 lakh jobs have been generated collectively, which means every startup on an average has been able to generate 11 jobs, which collectively, and another beauty of startup movement has been that 52% of the startups are from tier 2, tier 3 cities, and they are diverse industries which are represented, and this has altogether made us one of the largest startup ecosystem. So some of the benefits, why an entity should register with DPIIT, what are the benefits? One of the very significant benefit is the 80 IAC exemption, which is, there is a certificate which is issued by an interministerial committee, which is headed by the Joint Secretary DPIIT, which evaluates startup on the basis of innovation. And if that committee evaluates that, yes, this startup has an innovation character, then that gets 3-year income tax exemption for the consecutive 3 years in any of the 10 years from the date of incorporation of the startup. And in the recent budget, this benefit has been extended beyond 2030. So this benefit till now has been received by around 4,000 startups. So I would request again senior officers who are present here to encourage startups to apply for this benefit that is given by the DPIIT and the Government of India. So we have 2 main funding schemes. The first one and the marquee scheme, which is more than 10,000 crore, is the fund of fund. As you can see, more than approximately 12,000 crore rupees has been committed. More than 6,000 crore rupees have been mobilized into the startups from Government of India, DPIIT, and from the private sector. The total investment that has gone is more than 22,000 crore, which means for every 1 rupee which was spent by Government of India through this scheme in the startup, more than 3.8 rupees have been generated from the private sector. So the multiplier effect of this scheme has been 3.81, which shows the success. Sir, we have also tried to capture the progress in the slide among the states, and we can see that Karnataka has taken significant benefit, whereas other states like Kerala and Tamil Nadu and Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, all can get more benefit. So Fund of Fund 2 scheme is going to be launched very soon. Already it has reached the EFC stage, and I would request all the states to come up with the state fund of funds, partner as co-investor with us, and hopefully the benefit will be transformed into startups, getting the benefits. And the Fund of Fund 2 scheme will be focusing on deep tech, on manufacturing, and I hope this will again take us to a journey which will transform India into a Viksit nation. Another scheme which we run is seed fund scheme. The total volume of the scheme is 945 crore. Already this money has been committed. If you see the performance among the state, Tamil Nadu has taken significant benefit of the scheme, and that primarily can be because of the network of incubators that Tamil Nadu has. I believe among the states which are present here, Tamil Nadu is perhaps the one which has the maximum incubator network, and they have taken the maximum benefit of that scheme. Credit guarantee scheme is another scheme. Basically, the fund of funds scheme basically focused on equity investment. This is more to give credit to the startups, and currently more than 667 crore has been mobilized. There are two significant changes that have happened and already notified by DPIIT. First of all, till 31st March, 10 crore was the maximum limit. That has been increased to 20 crore. And the percentage is also reduced from 2% to 1% in the 21 champion sectors. So another thing which I will request states to focus on is public procurement. There has been significant efforts which have been done at the level of center, but all the states are requested that they should promote policies which should help procurement, because unless procurement is taken care by the states, by the central governments, the products of startups, unless they are, the state and the central government sponsors them, they will also want that this be done. The government of India and DPIIT, we have platforms, and the central government has been using our platform, and we have been collaborating, and more than 10 crores have been mobilized. 630 startups have benefited, and basically the central government, different departments, they highlight their problem statement, and our startups are given opportunity, and on the basis whether the solution is feasible to the particular department, work orders are given, and more than 10 crore has been mobilized. So again, sir, I will request the state governments present here to use our platform, collaborate with us, and if there is any problem statement that you find, let that problem be resolved by all the startup rather than limiting it to the only specific state, because ultimately the solution can come from any part of the country. Similarly, we have corporate engagements. We have done more than 100 such corporate engagements. And again, I will request all the corporates to partner with DPIIT so that ultimately the success that you have had over the year, the facilities that you have created, that facilities can be used by startups of a country. Another effort has been the Bharath Startup Grand Challenge. More than 30 grand challenges are live. 75 was the target which has been given to us, and we will again request corporates to give their problem statement to us so that we can collaborate together and find solutions. So another thing which I want to highlight is that DPIIT over the years has had bridges with many countries. We have been taking startups internationally, providing them opportunities. So very recently, I had gone to Japan. Sir had given us permission. Sushi Tech was the scheme. And just 3 days back, I have got this information. One of the startups from Bangalore, which was working on artificial intelligence in cancer detection, has been able to raise $5 million US funding. So such is an opportunity. So I will request all the startups to please access our website. All such information is available there. Participate, because opportunities are available. It is for you to use those opportunities. So considering the time constraint, I will just want to highlight that we have the South India and the states who are present here represent 30% of India's economy. The infrastructure which is here is amazing, and NICDs is also bringing in amazing infrastructure. What we require is our startup to be given access to that infrastructure, how we can build mechanism and institutional system, and we all need to work together. One thing which I want to highlight is Tamil Nadu has done amazing work as far as setting up incubators. Karnataka is the startup capital. Kerala also has been able to do very significant work. That is, it has been able to have an international brand. So the global brand that Kerala through its events, which it has been able to create, is really amazing. But we all need to learn from each other and ensure that we as a country progress, because ultimately, if we want to become a startup nation, then it is not just DPIT or Government of India. It has to be all the states, all the union territories together. And again, I like to thank Principal Secretary Industry Karnataka for giving us this opportunity, all the senior officers present here, and I really wish that we have a very meaningful interaction which leads to positive output. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sumit. I would now like to call upon Shri Rakesh Kumar Meena, Director Logistics, DPIIT Leeds, for his address.
Good morning to everyone. I'm Rakesh Kumar Meena, Director DPIIT. Thank you to Secretary DPIIT, Government of Karnataka, Principal Secretary Industry, CEO NICDC, and all the present here. I would like to start with this presentation of leads. This is a logistic ease across different states. The exercise was started in 2018 first, and then after launching of the National Logistic Policy in 2022, it became the part of the National Logistic Policy, where the objective of the leads is to improve the logistic ecosystem in the state, as well as improving the logistic efficiency in the state and increasing the spirit of competitive federalism, and compare the logistic of different states. So which state is improving, and which area strength of the one state and which area need to be improved by learning from the other states. Like if in last 6th edition in 2024, if we can see that in what parameter we have measured and we have ranked the different states in the leads index, like logistic infrastructure, logistic service, logistic operation and regulated environment, and sustainable logistics. And if we can see that Karnataka is performed in all the states very well, and overall coastal states are performing better than national average in all the areas, including infrastructure, service, regulatory environments, and sustainable logistics. These are the key pillars where we have ranked different states. What are the key parameters, like road infrastructure, rail infrastructure, terminal, warehousing, first and last mile connectivity, and like service, we can say the skilled manpower is there or not, trace and track facility, government facilitation, ease of doing business, ease of entry, grievance redressals, and like women's participation and promotion of the green logistics. Similarly, this is a key highlight of that in 2024, this leads report, where we have specifically recommended, based on the feedback received from the industries during the survey of leads, and state what are the key actionable items for each state as long term and for short term. Like we can see in short term, it is identified during the survey that we have to improve the quality of ICD, especially in this white field in Mangalore region. Similarly, we have to develop the accessibility of road, wherever, enhance the port connectivity. These are the feedback, and based on the feedback during the survey, we have recommended in the leads report for all the states key actionable item recommendation for short term as well as long term. This is the key indicators in the logistics and where the Karnataka especially is performing and what need to be done. Karnataka is already ahead of most of the states, so they have completed most of all the key indicator actionable items. Yes, sir. Sir, this is the last step where API-based congestion map was there, in which areas we need to improve the road infrastructure. In 2024 leads, we have identified using the Google or Bing API, where are the congestion in major corridor and where we have to improve. In the lastly, I would like to request that in this month only, after a few days, the lead survey will start in 2025. So I will request all the state and industries to take the participation in the survey and give your feedback, which will be further help to improve the logistics across the India country. So all the participants present here, I will request humbly to just have our survey team will come here in the state and they will have multiple round of discussion. And so I will request you to give the feedback so we are able to improve the overall logistics in the country. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We've now come to the most important juncture of today's conference. It's time for the interaction, and I would like to call upon all the association who've gathered here with us today. How are we all doing? Good? Yes? Can we hear a big round of applause? Yes. Perfect. So I have a list of 11 associations whose names are with me. After this, we'll have the floor open for others to ask questions. First on the list is Shri T.R. Parashuraman, Chairman of ASSOCHAM. Can we have the mic, please? We'll have mic passed on to you, sir. I'd request... So we would like to hear more questions and problems. So I'd request all the speakers and people who are asking questions to keep it short, to the point, and ask the question and bring out the problems that you might have. Thank you.
Yeah, good morning all. Thank you very much for a very, very insightful session today. I think my question is the manufacturing competitiveness of India, which is a very, very significant factor at this point of time. Today, when we look at the global map, I think currently Indian manufacturing GDP stands at 17% or 18% of the total GDP. And when we look at the next decade or so, we are looking at around 25 to 28% on an optimistic scale, which means the current number of MSMEs, we have around 6.8 crores MSMEs in the country. We see this number almost doubling to 13 crores or so, creating close to 35 crores of employment. So this is going to be the game changer. So recently I was in Osaka. We were invited to the part of BCIC by the Osaka city government. I was very, very impressed to see the Kansai prefecture, which is generating close to $1.1 trillion economy, 1/3 of India's economy. And interestingly, 80% of this economy is coming from MSMEs. Therefore, I think this MSME infrastructure, how do we promote? I think we should look at a much, much higher level of model. What I see is some kind of a hub and spoke model in the country, where the tier 1 should primarily handhold them and take them forward. I think we should create the center of excellence, especially on the new technologies, Industry 4.0 and Industry 5.0. So I would like to understand your special areas of support and what kind of special, when we compare with Japan, we are looking at Japan. I think it's a great benchmark for us, similar in terms of culture and kind of, similar infrastructure in terms of 50, 20 years back. So I would like to understand any specific areas DPIT is focusing on this point. Especially the manufacturing competitiveness. We talked about logistics competitiveness. I think the productivity, which is another significant factor. So MSMEs play a very, very important role, especially on the new technology. AI is contributing in a big way. I think any specific area on these new technologies, on the promotion of MSMEs, I would like to understand. Thank you.
You see, I think let's change the context a little bit in terms of questions and answers. I'll request that I'm here to more listen from you, suggestions, what needs to be done. That way, I'll answer this question, but more of suggestions which we take back as input in, if you have any specific issue which is flagging you, that of course, which is troubling you, that we'll try to see whether it needs to be addressed. But this one, let me address. MSMEs has always been a focus of the government. It's not that it's not been a focus. But if you see world over, MSMEs thrive on first being on the forefront in terms of technology, in terms of quality, and also being part of the global value chains. Now, we have to strive to raise the quality of our MSMEs to that level. Some of our MSMEs are actually very good, have reached that level, and you see their integration into the value chains also, and also the kind of quality products they are supplying, not only in India, but world over. They are very good, the best in the world also. But this is something I think where a lot of focus is being given by MSME department of the Government of India, as well as the state governments. What DPIIT is doing is trying to provide you world-class infrastructure, whether in the parks which are being developed by NICDC, or the parks which are in the anvil, where the government will work with, again, the state governments, and where infrastructure, again, of world-class level is expected to be provided at a reasonable cost. And we are pushing trying to push a number of reforms through the state governments, through the assistance we will be giving for that. And once that is provided, of course, a lot of other initiatives also plug in. We hope that these MSMEs will come up. The startup part is also one part where we are expecting entrepreneurs will innovate. The innovation fund is also another area where a lot of money is coming in. And a lot of other sectoral initiatives also which are there. I think we can keep discussing, but let me not go in detail. But I'll request the audience, the esteemed members of the industry, give suggestions rather than ask questions. Suggestions, and if you have any issue which is troubling you, please flag that. We'll see if we can address it. Otherwise, we'll take it along with us.
Sir, thank you so much. Sir, one suggestion. See, when we look at the country, the heterogeneity is very, very high, sir. For example, when you take Karnataka, see, almost the major economy is coming from Bangalore, which means how do we go outward? I think not just Karnataka. I think how do we, for example, when you take Japan, the homogeneity is something amazing. Not a single piece of land is left out. I think how do we homogenize the kind of infrastructure development, and how do we make people move from city urban to, the rural areas? I think from the industry point, we feel this is a very significant factor for the country. Like very super special incentives for people to relocate. For example, outside the urban areas, urban clusters. And how do we connect this? Of course, the Golden Quadrilateral, what we showed, the corridors is a great step. Probably we should have some kind of a mini pockets of connecting within the states, so that, some states of course have done well, but I think definitely some challenges are also there. I think we can also address this issue, like the density or the homogeneity of each state. For example, that would be a good indicator to, promote industrialization. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Do we have Mr. Mahesh Birangi from CII here? Yes.
Good morning, and thank you very much for helping us come here. Along the Bangalore-Mumbai industrial corridor, we have many places which have got good potential for industrial growth other than Tumkuru. So maybe we could take a look at developing those cities as well. That would be really of great boost to the infrastructure. Then if you could have some policies which are consistent across the state as well as the central governments, that would also be beneficial. There are some constraints in that. Maybe we could talk about it later rather than this general forum. So that would also help in having a better ease of doing business. That is something which would definitely help this. Thank you.
I think Chennai-Mumbai industrial corridor, we have identified Dharwad as the node. Around 3,000 acres have been identified at this point of time itself, and it will be expanded to 6,000 acres if it is required. So it is to come. We are discussing with NICDC, and we'll take it up. No, regarding the policy, the question was not very clear.
It's on.
Some of the policies which have been outlined by the central government, from the state government, they need some ratification. So it would be of great help if that could be taken up. That would help a lot in ease of doing business as well. We could...
Dr. Prashant Reddy, Managing Director, Fundamax.
Thank you. From CI, we would like to thank the DPIT and Government of Karnataka for providing this platform to interact with you. This only shows the seriousness and commitment of the government to connect with the stakeholders, and it also allows us to open up and communicate. NICDC is a fantastic initiative, especially developing these green corridors. I'm quite sure the benefits of it we'll all realize when we do the expansion or set of other new units. EODB, we have seen it's come really a long way. We have improved a lot, but there are still many areas which we feel it can be improvised. Single window clearance is, it's a very nice coined word, but within the single window clearance, it needs further lot more simplification. We see a lot of these new industrial parks, very heartening to know 100 industrial parks, but as also Dr. Selakumar mentioned, along the corridor, there could be more potential to connect the other Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. And we are glad that Tumkur, which is nearer to Bangalore, is one of these in this project. Environment clearance still is a very painful subject, and there's a lot of confusion within, again, various departments. So this is more to do with central rather than a state issue, what we understand. Another aspect is the GST. Like we have in the Income Tax Act of the faceless assessments, I think even in GST we should move towards the faceless assessment. The lesser the face-to-face interaction, I think the ease of doing business will automatically improvise. Even in some of the factory-related issues, I think it should lead to more of self-assessment. Like we have architects for doing building plannings, we have chartered accountants for the financial and accounting. Similarly, industry should also have their self-certification auditors so that industries can have self-assessment rather than the visits by the inspectors, making it more of still continuation of inspector Raj. Decriminalization of labor laws. Sir, you mentioned about the Jan Vishwas Act. I think that the second edition might make it improvise. We need more commercial courts, and decriminalization of labor laws are required. Then the last one, so that the other associations can also speak up, it's not really about the minimum wages. I think it's the necessities for more fair and living wage so that we make them more inclusive. That would be it from our side, sir. Thank you.
Mr. Sampath Kumar, past President, FKCCI.
May I? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Sir, MSMEs are the beast of burden. All the people are thinking that they must be responsible for employment. the opposite of which you have to think about. We must robotize, we must reduce employment, and then alone MSMEs will be competitive. In that case, what do we do with the youngsters that we have? That may be the question. All of them should become entrepreneurs. Nobody should look for jobs. That may be an ideal thing. But if MSMEs have to survive, you have to give funds for robotization, end-to-end automation. This is my first point. Second, I'm going to a different line. Row, roll in and roll off. It was tried in Karnataka. It was partially successful, but has been dropped. That is going to improve the logistics tremendously. Kindly look into it. You raised a fantastic point. Walk to the workplace. Can you do that on a model basis in Bangalore? Walk to the office. All of us should be able to walk to the office. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Any response? We move ahead? Okay. Mr. Ashwin?
No response, sir. Surprised.
Mr. Ashwin from FICCI FICCI Bangalore.
Good morning to you, sir, and thank you for the opportunity. We see 2 points for the MSME growth in addition to what my senior colleagues have already said. One is we would request you to look at incentivizing innovation for MSMEs. And second would be to strengthen the intellectual properties for MSMEs. Intellectual properties are there for every other sector, but we would want you to come out with a scheme for MSMEs so that they could strengthen whatever intellectual property that they have. Thank you.
Thank you. Shiva Yogi V. Ballali, Electronic City Industrial Association, Bangalore.
Good morning, thank you. As you all know, Electronicity started in 1978 by Kionics, the government of Karnataka. Then LCA, which is an industry body, took over from Kionics. Today, Electronic City is about 1,000 acres. It generates about $10 billion. A lot of electronic manufacturing and also IT companies. So it's also a township, which I request the DBIT and NIDC to look at, come there, see the place, how the 1,000 acres is managed as a smart city, in terms of collecting solid waste to roads, how roads, there's a damage, how it is detected, how, everything is managed as a smart city. So we also, now it's been started in 78, there's a limitation in terms of growth because manufacturing needs land. And we can only grow vertical but not horizontal. So we request if there's another city, Electronic City 2, somewhere outside. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Danappa, President of Pina Industrial Association, Bangalore.
Good morning to everyone. Respected dignitaries on dais and off the dais. My name is D.P. Danappa, President of Pina Industrial Association. Pina industrial area is the largest industrial area in the Southeast Asia. More than 12,000 MSME units in industrial area. More than 50 lakhs employees working in our industrial area. Because Bharath 2047 is India's vision to become developed and inclusive sustainable economy. MSME are at the core of the transferring of the contribution to the employment, innovation, export, and grassroots development across the major sectors. The government is supporting MSME through targeting schemes towards equipping them with the capital access, digital adoption, green growth, skilling, infrastructure requirements. While the government is doing its bit, even MSME need to step forward by formalizing themselves, adopting digital tools, upskilling their workforce, and implementing quality and sustainability standards. Mainly problem faced by MSME units, limited access finance, complex regulatory hurdles, infrastructure deficits, low productivity, lack of innovations, difficulties in adopting new technologies. Additionally, MSME often struggle with skill gaps, inconsistent policies, and intense competition. This is my submission of behalf of Pina Industry Association, Bangalore. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir. Shri S.M. Hussain from Kasia.
Good morning to the dignitaries on the dais. And it's a great opportunity for us for Kasia today. And this meeting is giving the insight of the governments, particularly our government of India and other southern states government, to come on one platform and see the industrial growth in the country. Sir, I am from Kasia. I am running a small industry entrepreneur. I am a small entrepreneur for the last 5 decades. And Kasia is only one of the biggest, only one small-scale industries association in the state of Karnataka. And in India, it is the biggest association of small-scale industries. We are having 13,000 direct members and 1 lakh indirect members. Sir, regarding this Chennai-Mumbai corridor, development of industrial estates. Industrial estate is being developed, no doubt. But roads alone is not sufficient, sir. Other infrastructure has also to be taken care, like underground drainages, water supply, and continuous quality and quantity of power supply. All these things are required in the industrial estate. Because lack of this one, many industries are suffering. And every day this is a big problem for industries. All this infrastructure has to be put into use, and it has to be constructed. And recently government of Karnataka has launched a SIR, Special Investment Region, in 18 industrial estates of Karnataka. It's a good initiative by the government of Karnataka, but the lack of infrastructure is the biggest problem for the particularly small-scale industries. Number 2, sir, most welcome FDI, foreign direct investments, but with a rider. A rider should be there. The components and raw materials required for FDI should be procured from the local manufacturers. Many times, many components, whoever are coming in FDI, again they are bringing from their companies in foreign and doing the job here, only to use our cheap land, cheap water, cheap power, cheap labor. But that should not be the reality. Reality should be like this, that they should procure the components from the small-scale industries in and around, or at least within South India. That should be a rider for the future FDIs, sir. Then one more thing, the availability of finance for small-scale industries. The interest rate is so high, we cannot stand in the global competition. It should be reasonable, sir. It should be 2% more than the repo rate, not 5 to 6%. not 5 to 6% above the repo rate. It should be maximum 2% plus the repo rate. And at that level, if we get the finance SMEs, that can flourish. The flourishing of SMEs alone will boost the economy, job incentives, and also create the job. After agricultural, you know, small scale industry is the biggest job creator. And please have a good look at small scale industries. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Mr. M.C. Nanjundaraj from Dobbespit Industrial Association.
So before you speak, let me just intervene one or two things. You see, there are 3-4 areas if you can focus on. One is industrial infrastructure. Second is ease of doing business. What is it? Some of you have raised very pertinent points on what is required to be done in ease of doing business. Please keep giving those suggestions. Third is in the startup space, if anything needs to be done, what is it which we would require? And when you are making a suggestion, if you can give it a little bit more detail also, like for example, somebody said that we need policies. So what specific thing you would like to see? Now, as far as industrial infrastructure is concerned, in the NICDC industrial townships, it's not only roads, but water supply, drainage, power supply, common effluent treatment plants, as well as some other facilities which are required by the industry. If it is electronics specific to that, if any testing is required, or for textiles, if anything else is required, common facility. Those are also planned. I think it will be a good idea if some of you can visit, maybe visits can be planned to what is being developed in these townships. Have a look at how it is being developed and then raise your demand. Even now, I don't know whether Karnataka has started asking for applicants for the land. You're starting. Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, whether they are doing it or not. So I think it'll be good to, Tamil Nadu have your own parks also. So it'll be good to go there, visit, satisfy yourself on the plans. I think this can be organized by the state governments as well as NICDC. And start booking your places right now. This facility should be there in 1.5 to 2 years down the line. You know? Almost all of these parks, all of these parks, something or the other, even the new ones which are, there are 8 ones where work is already going on, 12 new ones where the work should be allotted in the next 1 to 3 months. I think all 12 remaining we should be able to give the EPC contractors their contract so that they can start the work. And within 18 months to 2 years, some land will be available, developed land will be available in those areas also. So you can start making your plans. Just wanted to inform.
Thank you. MC Nanjundaraju from Dobbespit Industrial Association.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for giving this opportunity to present our problems. So we have a very good infrastructure in Dobbespit industrial area, but we have some small problems like ESI hospital facilities and fire station, and there is no ETP or STP treatment plants. So these are all the problems we are facing. And moreover, our process industries are facing a lot of power problems because of bad infrastructure. That is, there is no exclusive power station for our industrial area in Sompura industrial area. So, and moreover, shuttle services inside the industrial area is required. It has to be implemented. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Shri A.J. Pandian, Harohalli Industrial Association.
Yeah, good morning, leaders, actually. I'm Pandian from Harohalli Industries Association. Padya sir was telling to go into micro level. There's 2-3 points I want to highlight, actually. Same Taj, I visited 3-4 investors meet, maybe Kerala investors or Odisha. First time I came for I'm here for the South Indian investors meet, actually, which is a very unique and it's really without any political this thing, all we are IAS officers here. Thank you for arranging such a wonderful interaction session, sir. I can talk about from my industrial area. As an industrial area, let it be KIDB or SIDCO, SIPCOT, APIAC, whatever it is, they should not see the industrial area as a real estate. In that way, they should not see. They need to develop as a industry-friendly manner. In that way, what I mean to say here, that there should be some, as of now, every month we are conducting a skill development meeting, actually. We are bringing from statutory officers, we are bringing to develop our people. We don't have any own space to conduct the meetings at all as of now. Any industrial area, if you develop, please make sure you are having a proper space to conduct at least one skill development center, which is mandatory. Without that, how we can develop our own? It's without that park or whatever, ATP, STP, whatever is there. This is a main requirement. Personally, I feel in that way. I have business in Pinia, Aravalli, maybe Vasanthara, even Chennai also we have. But still, sir, the government, there is big gap between the government policy makers and the industrialists as of now. The association who are, I'm a part of FKCCI, even our association also, in my personal business also. But there is a big gap between the policy makers and the industrialists. Personally, I believe in that way. Why I am telling this? Maybe sector-wise, Sir Padya sir was telling, sector-wise, there is no representation from the any association as of now. Maybe every district can have some maybe what I'm thinking, maybe international exhibition center like that, some development centers, like that you can develop in a common facility where any sector-wise people can assemble, they can discuss, they can think of a growth. It's mandatory, sir. If it is thinking that way in a long time, even I'm into garments actually. I'm a part of, personally, I'm a founder of an association of garments here also. I am searching for any space. Only I need, we have meetings conducting in hotels or any individual member place only we can sit together and discuss. If you are sitting 100 people arranging, will be difficult for us as an association. If from government side, if anything help in that, that will be a great help in long-term basis, I am telling. And every year, personally, I feel in Tamil Nadu government, they are allocating some fund for the each industrial area. Every year, every budget it is getting allocated, sir. But here in Karnataka, I don't know about other states, sir. But every year, some portion has to come to some whatever amount. Fortunately, recently they have taken a bold step. SIR came in picture. Really, it is helping a lot to our, from April onwards this year, we started implementing SIR. Really, it's a bold decision from the government side. Really going to help a lot for us. Personally, I feel it will help a lot for the whole industry. Thank you, sir. That's all from my side.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Anand, Vasanta Narsapura Industrial Association. Okay, from Whitefield Industrial Association.
Good morning. I'm Dr. Harish, President, Vasanta Narsapura Industries Association. Sir, I think generally industry grows along with the city, or some settlement is available, some schooling is facilities are available. I think this is the first concept what I am facing, because we are in Vasannarsapura. That is about 90 kilometers away from city. So I think your CBIC is also coming in our industrial area. What we should know is, see, we are every day watching the executives or KDB especially along with CBIC. They are working very hard. They have a lot of challenges with the land acquisition. They are facing that, and the alignment of roads, so many problems are there. I think now looking at that, maybe in another 6 months, it should be ready to allotment. But there is no proper advertisement for the investors, because we also should plan. Once every infrastructure is ready, if you allot a land, then we need another 2 years to plan our investment. So I think it should start from now onwards. And the important thing is, see, we don't have any schools there. You don't find any employee coming 90 kilometers away, and no schools are there, no hospitals are there, because if you don't provide such facilities, no employee will come there. And the locally available employees don't have any skills. Again, small skill sets can be taught or done something by us, but we cannot have an engineering call built in our industry. Anyway, we have to depend on some cities nearby. Or the other way around is, we have to increase that traveling time or better connectivity by rail, road, whatever, such things should be concentrated, I feel. And most important thing is, once we come there, now, we are feeling that we are trapped now. Because now we have to find our own schooling for our employees, our own hospital facilities we have to build. Even a mega industry is not affordable to have a big hospital for their industry, and SMECC is really suffering like anything in this regard. So I think something has to be done, thought over before doing such major industries coming in away from any of these major cities. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Do we have representation from Whitefield Industrial Area, WACIA?
Just a minute, just to respond to your query. In fact, very good points you have raised. This is a problem which we also feel, and in consultation with the state government, we are trying to do something, and I understand that it is not fully solved. So, as far as school hospitals are concerned, there is plan where we have earmarked lands for building these facilities, but we are not building it ourselves. Maybe, sir, something can be thought of in that regard also. In the next phase. And the first point about land and advertisement, it is very pleased to inform. Yeah, in fact, this is a part of outreach. Just in the month of July only, we have finalized under chairmanship of Principal Secretary, sir, the land allotment policy. Now you will be bombarded with advertisements. So in the by the next meeting, I think this point would not be there. And sir, I think we can start advertising that now. We didn't want to advertise without any actual groundwork happening. As you rightly said, now a lot of construction is happening, all the problems are resolved, policy has been finalized by our joint venture company. We would be doing the advertisement now. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, from Whitefield Industrial Association.
Yeah, good afternoon. I'm Srinivas Raju, Vice President of Whitefield Area Commerce and Industries Association. When we look at all the policies, they are quite encouraging for industries. When we are looking at multi-trillion economy, we feel that we should complement the facilities rather than supplementing. So the existing infrastructure, the existing industrial areas should not be neglected in the process of setting up new industrial areas. As many of you know, Whitefield area has been one of the larger contributors of revenue. But still, if we take the name of Whitefield, many people, they say, oh, sorry, we cannot come to that area. They are rather afraid. So there is no doubt, as an industrial association, we have taken up a lot of initiatives, a lot of interactions with the concerned departments. Things are moving, but when we look at multiplying our economy, the rate at which things should move is not happening. So I request all the concerned officials to also look into the development of existing infrastructure along with, of course, new infrastructure. So I think the specific things are, as I said, Whitefield area. So kindly look into that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. President from TDCCI, Tumkur, Mr. Karan. Kurandwal, okay.
Good morning, sir. Good morning to all. I'm the president of Tumkur District Chamber of Commerce and Industries. I've got 2-3 points to be discussed here. One is we are not getting any trained manpower for CNC machines. We import a lot of costly machines in the industrial area, and getting the trained manpower for CNC and VMC machines, we are not able to get the skilled manpower. Even when the machines go out of order because of various problems of BESCOM, machines will go out of order, the PCs will get burnt, and again the costliest equipment, again we have to equipment, and getting service is a big problem for us. That is one of the points which we wanted to keep informed. And the logistics from Tumkur. Now you can see Vasant Narsapur industrial area is 20 kilometers away from the city. Now people going there and coming out, they don't have public transport. Logistics is a problem. Even the state government is aware, 30-40 industrial sheds are idle because they are not getting the required manpower. They don't have a plan how to start and run the industries. Next, there's one of the challenging things to keep it, Mr. Mahesh sir, they know it. This is a property tax. Property tax is not yet decided. You are given a directive to go for e-Khata. Unless e-Khata is done, we are unable to register our documents. Either it is for sale or it is for taking further loans. Then how do you expect MSMEs to grow? I got sanctioned loan from the bank. I'm unable to register my property. Bank is not going to fund it. In that case, again, there is a big problem for us not to continue the working with the bank. Sorry. So in this regard, in the FKCCI, Mahesh sir had answered that this Antarsadi and Satyamangala, whether it is going to be with KDB or you are going to hand it over to the municipal corporations. Recently, court decision says that you are going to have your own policy matters on this. Sir, it is already 1 year. The loans are sanctioned. The units are unable to take funds, means how they can grow. The next problem is waste management. In the industrial area, you can see where we have to dump the waste. Scrap collection is a big problem. Ultimately, we have to call the local some people and they go and dump somewhere. When you are talking about so much of pollution control and other things, there should be a proper arrangements for collection of e-waste or whatever industrial waste is there. It has to be collected, disposed, and recycled wherever it is necessary. Now you say that ESI already there is a this one is there, mandate is there from the central government. More than 50,000 employees, if they are contributing in a city, naturally there should be a full-fledged ESI hospital. Now in Tumkur city, nearly 1 lakh employees are registered with this one. And why ESI hospital is not coming up? They are telling some land is not there, that is there. That is the problem of the state government or central government. Let us find a suitable place. Let us have a full-fledged ESI hospital. Unless our employees are taken care. Now they refer it to the Bangalore. From Tumkur to committing to their parents, other thing for treatments, they are finding it very difficult, employees. So I request the concerned to take care of these ESI hospitals. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. It's now time to hear from the dignitaries on the dais. I'll leave it to the panel.
Yeah, thank you. Lot of questions. I'll start with Mr. Parsuraman. I think sir has already answered your concerns. And Mr. Mahesh also, it has been answered. Mr. Prasant Reddy, he has raised 4 valid points, that is ease of doing business, how effective, how quickly we have to do it. I think sir will. So I think Secretary Sir will be able to highlight on what is the effort from Government of India as a part of EODB effort. For the last many years, we are actually reforming our policies. We are simplifying our policies. Now, Cabinet Secretariat has introduced the decriminalization and deregulation cell, and under that, we are all the states have been asked to comply on various parameters. There are 23 aspects which they have touched upon, and the different departments of the state government is working on those aspects. Regarding single window, you have mentioned, national single window is already in place. Similarly, we have recently launched our state single window, which has the facility of capturing almost 153 services. Out of that, 105 services are already onboarded and online available. And it's end-to-end. The moment application is received from the applicant, the industry, it goes into different departments, and each service is being back-end and front-end, both are being done through online. So that way, I think you can see a lot of changes in the months to come. We have recently uploaded almost 105 applications under this single window portal, and all are under process in different departments using this seamless online process. EC clearance, yes, there is an issue. The Pollution Control Board has its own processes, and also many of the EC clearances are going to Government of India, Ministry of Environment and Forest. It is the work in progress. As a part of decriminalization and deregulation, this is also being monitored at the highest level, that is Government of India Cabinet Secretariat level. Mr. Aswin has raised certain incentivizing the innovation. Sir, this I think you can answer later. Once incentivizing the innovations, and also intellectual property rights protection for MSMEs. These two things I think you can answer later, sir. Then Mr. Sivayogi Bellari has highlighted about Electronic City Association. For the information of all the officers here, Electronic City Association is very active, and they are managing this township, which is having 1,000 acres of land. It is a smart city, which is, yeah, we can plan a visit and we can adopt this model elsewhere. And it is the best industrial area, which has all the facilities to monitor online of all the services which has to be there in place. Yeah, that's right. We can. Mr. Danappa has mentioned about Pina Industrial Association issues that I think we can discuss offline. Yes, we know that it is having problems. Now we are planning to bring in a special investment region even to Pina. So once that is done, then I think your infrastructure issues will be solved. Sir, this special investment region we have introduced in the recent budget, we have introduced it recently. Under this, the KAADB, that is our Industrial Area Development Board, takes over the power of the local bodies. We manage, we collect property taxes, and we give the permission for all the plan approval and everything as a local body we take. But we collect the property tax of 100, if we are collecting 100%, 30% we devolve it to the local bodies so that they can do the external infrastructure. outside the industrial area. Maybe in some other states it may be already there, sir. Here it was not there. Once industrial area is developed, it was being taken over by the local bodies and they were collecting the property tax and they were not providing adequate infrastructure to the that area. So that's the reason every industrial area is having the problem of lack of infrastructure. So now I think it will be solved. From April onwards, we have taken over. We are collecting the taxes and using that money, we will do the infrastructure development. Mr. Nanjun Raju of the Avaspet Association, you have mentioned about the commutation part, shuttle services needs to be done. This I'll discuss with you later in consultation with BMTC and the district administration we can try. Mr. Pandian of Harohalli Industries Association, you have highlighted about the skill development center necessity in each industrial area. I think this is a point which will be well taken. I hope we will try to integrate this aspect in our industrial area development, particularly CBIC when it comes. This skill development center also can be an integral part of the infrastructure which we will do. Dr. Haris of Vasant Narsopra, and also Mr. Pandian, you have asked about the association building. So we are encouraging associations to apply for this CA sites. So once the CA sites are opened for allocation, you can please apply for it, and we may provide concessional rate also for the site. So many of the industrial areas, they are already having the association building using this kind of method only. Okay. Dr. Haris of Vasnarsapura, yes, already Rajat has answered that we are advertising for CBIC, and the social infrastructure which you are talking about, the existing Vasnarsapura is not having adequate, as we are aware. That's why in CBIC we wanted to have all the social infrastructure in place in the beginning itself. So a lot of space is earmarked for that. Mr. S.M. Hussain of Kasia, you have mentioned about the water supply problem, water supply power issues and UGD. Yes, this is an issue in many of the industrial areas, which I already mentioned. Once the special investment region is in place and taxes are collected by us, we will certainly plow back that money to your industrial areas. FDI, when it comes, you said that components should be procured from the locals. No, when a machine to be made, the components, they have the prescription. If the local industries are ready, naturally they will procure from that. So that's why we are now reaching out to MSME. I think Gunjan will be able to answer that. We have the vendor development program.
So we have, during the investors meet also, we did 2-3 things with the MSME. One is we trained, because one of the questions that has been asked is how to increase the productivity. Because ultimately the question is for our GDP to increase, we have to ensure that our productivity increase. So embracing new technology, Industry 4.0, Industry 5.0. So with the help of the NASSCOM, we have cluster-wise ensured that more than 2,000 MSMEs were trained during those time. And then we are giving them some incentives to embrace Industry 4.0. So that was the one major program that we have done. The second program that we are doing is that we have a lot of these OEMs that come. Now, once the OEMs are there, we are working very closely with them to ensure that they do their vendor development within the state. We have built a SME Connect portal. In that, we have asked the OEMs to give the details of what is it that they require, and depending on that, SMEs can actually have build those connections with the OEMs. So that is the thing, that's a work in progress. We do a lot of vendor development program, but this is one area now that you know that a lot of electronic companies and all are coming. We on a very constant basis, we interact with them, we ask them what is it that we can do. So we do tier 1 suppliers, tier 2 suppliers, then tier 3 suppliers. That entire supply chain is that we are concentrating on.
Sir, Secretary, sir, can I give some remarks, sir? Thank you, sir. Thank you for the DPIT Secretary and also the CEO and also Selakumar sir and Kunjan madam and my colleagues Pallavi and also Special CS Sanjay Kumar sir and Mahesh and all the participants. I am Yuvraj, I am from Andhra, but I want to say general points only. Your inputs on MSMEs are very valid. It is across the board. Same inputs come from every state. Okay. So single window system still, the other day one company was telling that, or one association member telling that, sir, behind single window there are so many doors, sir. So we have to knock many doors even though there is a single window. So now that has to go off. That's also we understand. Every state is working on that front. We understand the field realities, not that we are not aware or we're not aware of the field realities. It is a combined effort which everybody does to see that how these problems are solved. 2-3 points from my side. One on the environmental clearance. So what we have requested association from our state is, why can't you give the list of industries which are today in orange or red category, which can move to next level. That is, we can bring some industries to white category, so that based on the self-certificate and other things, the EC can be given. So we have started that exercise. We got some good inputs from our associations where we wanted to notify certain industries which are presently in orange category can do white category because of the technology and also based on the self-certification methodology also. Third thing which Government of India is also insisting, which I thought that we have to find the model way out, is third-party system of inspection by the departments such as, for the departments such as Pollution Control Board also, instead of the departmental officer visiting. So for here, what I feel is, because we have pharma industries also in the state, so where it is a risky, we have some accidents also happening. So we wanted the industries to set their own standards. Okay, so that the same standards can be maintained and implemented by the industry themselves, instead of only Pollution Control Board telling. For example, in pharma, you know that there are CDCSO standards, or what you call Government of India standards, or you have next level is a WHO standards. Next level is an FDA standards or US FDA standards. So like that, let the industry have their own standards for each sector, so that at least if the industry, entire industry follow that standards, it will be easy for us to go for this sort of reforms. And two things I like the idea about the training centers in each places, and also people have asked about this particular electronic city, the next phase. So we are giving the offer to them. Please, they can come anytime to Andhra, just across the border. Okay, so we are only 40 minutes away, and the ILA role is there. What sir has told about SIR, we call it an industrial area local authority, wherein they give the plan approval and also collect the property tax. It is happening quite long time. Since 98, our CMS implemented it. It is a good thing to start with, even in our NACDC areas also. We can follow since inception an ILA, wherein the entire plan approval, everything can be given by the local authority instead of going to various people also. So that is a one request I am putting to both Rajat as well as to the as well as to the Secretary sir. Thank you very much. Pallavi.
Good afternoon, everyone, and I thank DPIT and NECDIC for putting up a great show, and thanks to all the participants for your useful questions and meaningful suggestions. So Tamil Nadu, we're doing quite a bit to develop industries, as we all know. I would like to throw some light on the very first question raised by Mr. Parshuraman. So homogenization of the state and a spreading of industries across the state is something which we are doing. We are earnestly trying to do something about it in TN for quite a long time now. In fact, I would like to say that 50% of the manufacturing GDP in the state comes from about 25% of the districts in the state. So the southern districts in Tamil Nadu are used to be lesser developed industrially. Now we are trying to bring in as many industries as possible to those districts by a couple of ways. One being in the policy itself, we are highly incentivizing industries which will go and set up shop there. If they're going to be setting up their manufacturing units there in the southern districts or the lesser backward districts, then we incentivize more in terms of capital subsidies, and also we give quite a huge amount of another discount on land cost subsidy as well. So we've divided districts into 3 broad categories, A, B and C, the C being lesser developed industrial districts. So when we are asking industries to go down south, to go to the lesser backward, lesser industrially developed districts, it is not that simply we are asking them to do. We take care of the infrastructure development in those districts. So we are bringing roads, we are bringing water, and also these days we are in the tier 2 and tier 3 cities, we are setting up IT parks. One would know we have something called tidal parks, which are the IT parks set up by the state government machinery under the tidal brand. So these days we are taking something called mini tidal parks across all tier 2 and tier 3 cities as well. We have almost about 16 of them coming up across the state. So post-COVID, the scenario is worked from home, it is walk from home to office. So once these IT parks come up, once these industries, anchor industries develop, other private investors also will come in and build the ecosystem in a large way. So that is the mandate with which we are working here. Skilling, again, we are giving a lot of thrust. So the polytechnic courses and the ITI courses have been completely revamped in consultation with industries. We have also introduced internship programs for polytechnic and ITI students. So much so, even as they are doing their courses, they are doing about, say, 6 months course in, 6 months of their internship in the factories. They are paid also. So it is a broad-based, multi-pronged approach which we are following in Tamil Nadu for industrial promotion, especially in the lesser developed areas. Infrastructure, again, as Mr. Pandian had raised, we have something called the Industrial Ecosystem Fund, wherein every year we are putting in a corpus of money, and whatever is not covered under any other scheme of any other department, be it, say, roads or be it waterways, or wherever SIPCOT is bringing in industrial parks, if some little bit of infrastructure gap is there, that we are trying to make good through this Industrial Ecosystem Fund. So there's other couple of initiatives which we are already doing, and your suggestions will go a long way in making it even better. Thank you very much.
I think most of the points that most of the business friends over here have been covered. If still there are some points left which are not yet covered and have not been answered, then maybe 1 or 2 last speakers can take this opportunity. Yeah, over there.
Can we have the mic?
Sorry. KDB, for example, the building ratio or the kind of offsets compared to the panchayat lands. So what we should have a national policy, because industries are common. It can't be A for one industry, B for other industry. In fact, we have also raised it with, of course, the industry department. They're also working on that. I think this heterogeneities will really, again, congest the cities.
We are coming out with the zonal policy for KIDB across the state. So you don't have to worry about that.
Which means the panchayat lands and KIDB, everything will be same.
Everything.
That would be brilliant.
That is something we are working out, and you will have it in the next, by the end of this month, you will have it.
That's brilliant, madam. Thank you.
So, good afternoon, everyone. Sir, just to bring it to your knowledge, it just came out of the horse's mouth. Thank you, madam. That was my first question. In Karnataka, we have, not to just say, we have one of the wonderful officers in MSME, Selvakumar sir and Gunjan madam. I think it surely shows the confidence what Karnataka is all about. We have been seeing madam nearly from decades, sir, and that is why we are #1 in the country for a startup. because we have such wonderful officers. Yeah, I think people we are to definitely endorse me. Yeah, thank you. So, sir, by being primitive in the nature as a micro and a small industry, if you look at the tiny, nano, micro and a small industry, luckily we have the data in the country today. Our data says people who are doing MSMEs a turnover of less than 5 crore across the country today are 72%, which is the major for the MSMEs. As my learned friend said, today a tiny, nano and a micro industry, if he wants to invest and expand, as you have mentioned, Viksit Bharath 2047, I didn't see the roadmap of your 2047. In your entire presentation, I wanted a commitment from the country. Like today we are starting at 2025. Maybe I don't know how many of us will be alive by 2047. We could not see the commitment of the roadmap. Maybe the next 1 year, what is that you are going to come out to the micro and the small industry and the tiny industry? So that was really missing. Today, every now and then we have been seeing the presentations, but there is no commitment for the next 5 years. What is that you are going to assure to the micro and the small industry? This point was missing. So if you can give us the kind of strong commitment, sir, we are all aligned. Today, a micro and a small industry can also invest. He can grow. He can become a medium. He can touch a 50 or 100 crore, provided that assurances comes from you. And there are so many other, some factors which I would like to bring it to your knowledge, sir. Especially, it was a very insightful session. In Karnataka, if you look at last mile connectivity, the municipal corporation for the matter, there are a lot of products, there are a lot of ideas which generate from the tier 2 cities as well as from the last mile. There was a concept called one district, one product, ODOP. If you could probably visit that particular concept and align that to Government of India, because Karnataka has got a specific focus group of products. India as such has got a specific focus group of products. There are a lot of things which can be done at a district level. A person, a micro and a tiny industry at a district level, at a village, how is that he can't become an exporter? The journey of a micro and a tiny guy to become an exporter. If we can explore, if we can come out with a handheld support structure in this country, if a micro and a tiny guy can become an exporter, I think we have answered to the 72% justified, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So this, so just I'm touching only a suggestion for this one, this is NIDC, to develop a cluster-wise areas in the NSSC areas where you are allotting these lands. So that the cluster-wise in the sense we are in the different sectors like plating, fabrications, aerospace, like that. In the NSSC, you please provide a specific areas in NSSC areas where you are going to next allot it. And also, I request CBIC to allot the lands to MSME at the subsidized rates. So that will be very like attractive, this one from the CBIC, so that it will be very near where the MSMEs from the major sector where in the Pina and then nearby areas, they can shift to the 120 kilometers away from the Bangalore, out of these tier 2 cities. It will help the MSMEs to get the subsidized rates. So it will be a booster to the MSME sector. This is the suggestions. So please respond to these suggestions immediately so that all these Bangalore units can move to the CBICs, because there is no smaller plots which is available for MSMEs. The KADB is allotting only quarter acre, half acre and the above acres. There where we are affected MSMEs, they have a smaller sites, 3,000, 5,000, below 10,000 square feet. So for this reason, I request the Commissioner or the Secretary to answer it, please.
I have one suggestion. I am Animesh, co-chair for Assocham Karnataka Development Committee. So what I understand is that, you know, there have been some key metrics that have been tracked, like jobs created, EPF registered, etc. However, some key metrics that can be identified and can be tracked that can allow the whole ecosystem to move better. It can be something like number of SMEs moving to medium or medium to large. I think if this is identified, that would be a good thing, and if government can track that, that would certainly work. Within startup, if I saw a slide where a lot of countries were mentioned, Portugal and all that. However, customer engagements or how much of revenue generated through these connects, etc., if that can be tracked, I think that would be an important metric that government can facilitate, because if that's the role government is doing, that would be good. Increasing number of exporting units of MSMEs, if that can be tracked as a metric, I think that would be an important thing, so that we work towards not only within India, but also trying to have export being promoted. Utilization of government schemes, the number of percentage of MSMEs which are actually utilizing government scheme. I'm sure some of it is being tracked, but if this can be done, that would be great. And another thing that the organization that I run faces is something that I want to bring in is collecting payments from the world to India. I think that is something, if that can happen, because we provide programs across 60 plus countries, and a lot of times we have to depend on payments getting collected from the world to India. And if that is something that, that especially from countries like Africa, parts of Asia, LATAM, it's little difficult to collect payments. Even, you have Razorpay, etc., but the charges are high and sometimes the failure rates are quite high. So if something like that can happen, that would also assist. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon. So my name is Mani. I'm from Adulam, India. So we help foreign manufacturers set up business here in India. So my question is from the point of foreign manufacturers. So the first question is, so we have PLI schemes for foreign manufacturers, but as a foreigner, so many of them, they don't have this awareness how to apply and how to get benefit out of these schemes. So if we can have some awareness programs, regularly having this awareness programs and the clarity on the eligibility, application procedure and the point of contact, sector-specific point of contacts. So this would help more investments to come into India. That is one. Second is industrial parks, right? So the foreign investor who wants to set up a manufacturing unit, usually it takes years together to set up the manufacturing unit. So if we can reduce it by making some established parks, right? So this is a major challenge that we face in India. So if these two can be addressed, so this will bring in a lot of investments from abroad. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Ganeshan, representing Ball Corporation. It is the world's largest aluminum beverage can manufacturing unit. Sir, this is regarding the ease of doing business, and since you asked for some suggestion. Sir, when we invested in India, there is a single window system for getting investment and getting the clearance for all the things we are required from the different departments. But when we start our commercial production, for issue management, there is no single window system. We are forced to run pillar to post for issue management. At least in the state government level, we are able to approach the industries department and they are able to help us. But especially at the central government level, especially for example, I can quote one recent example, a notification issued by the Ministry of Environment and Forest on the EPR on non-ferrous metal. See, today we are getting coil from outside India because there is no manufacturer of coil in India. Now the notification says there should be a domestically recycled content in the new product what we are going to produce. When I am not buying coil locally, how can they put that cost? And we have been requesting ministry, even during the draft notification, this one with the consultation we are given the point, but at the final notification they have not changed that. So we have been requesting for an audience with the ministry, nothing is happening. Like different department like DGFT, there are a lot of issues, customs and central excise issues are there. And this is affecting our day-to-day business. And when we are thinking about future investment in India, we are at an advanced stage of discussion with different state governments. But this is giving a wrong message to the people sitting in the US. And you want to invest in India, but these are the challenges you are facing. And there is no department in the central government to give immediate solution to us, and we cannot even approach any department just like that. So my suggestion is that at least the DPIT level or any other department, for the ease of doing business, there is one point of contact for such things, because as an individual industry, we write, immediate response won't be there. So my request is that if you can consider that, open up one system at the DPIT level where we can approach you, and through your channel, we can approach those people.
My name is Om Prakash, and I represent BCIC. This point is not about infrastructure and other stuff. This is an employer-employee work culture issue which is now burning. I think all of us will endorse this. There is a kind of a Cold War, work from home concept. Now, employers are put into a fix. Many employees are talking about rights. It has become a right. I have a right to work from home. And this is really disrupting. I would recommend the government to look into this and have a policy in place, sector-wise or city-wise. See, today work from home suits Bangalore or metropolitan cities. Congestion reduces. But there are companies where they require employees to be there full. Of course, the women empowerment also has come in. So all these things put together, and now the work from home concept is only within the organization, and the HR policies guideline that. But there are no clarification from the government. I think this has to be taken, and a clear instruction, clarity and direction to be given by the government. I don't know how far it will be correct, but this is my suggestion. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone. Can we have a big round of applause? What an amazing interaction it was. And this is... Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sanjay Kumar, Special Chief Secretary, Industry and IT from Telangana. So I was hearing very patiently the issues raised by you people. Of course, majority were there, Karnataka specific. But I would like to tell you what Telangana is doing. Well, Telangana has put a very ambitious target of reaching $3 trillion economy by 2047 and $1 trillion by 2030. And industry and IT sector are going to be the prime drivers for that, this effort. So, someone raised the issue regarding single window clearance. So Telangana has got a very efficient system of single window clearance for more than a decade. That is TG iPass. And I have noted down the instruction by one gentleman regarding no portal for issue management. So that's a very novel idea, and I'll put my team immediately on the job, what we can do best to sort that issue out. Regarding skilling, Telangana has established last year Young India Skill University. I think this is one of its kind in the entire country. A couple of other states also are moving in that direction. And we'll have our 25-acre campus ready by December this year. Initially, the idea is that we'll have 18 schools in that on the models of various sector skill councils like BFSI, AI, health sector. This will be different from other universities. Here, we have given the entire task of curating the courses and providing the relevant instructors to the industry only. So right now, we are in the process of collecting the requirement of the industries. There is an academic body which is scrutinizing that. And by next academic year, we will be launching around 20 to 25 graduation courses. As far as short-term certificate courses are concerned, already around 17 courses are running. And from next year, we plan to make it to 50 plus. In addition to that, we have got tasked Telangana Academy for Skill and Knowledge, which is functional since almost 8 years. And that happens to be the nodal agency for the skilling across the departments. This particular agency looks after traditional skilling pattern. At the same time, we are upgrading our ITIs with the help of an association of industries led by Tata Technology Limited, that is Advanced Technology Centers, where Industry 4 Genre courses are going to be introduced in all the ITIs. And we have taken another ambitious step that we will be coming up with advanced technology centers in all the assembly constituencies, which happen to be 119. As far as MSME is concerned, state is committed to create a enabling ecosystem for MSMEs. Last year, we unveiled our MSME policy. And for the first time in this policy, we have allowed leasing of land. So far, we were following the principle of outright allotment of land. And that was since land is a very, very expensive resource. Particularly, MSME sector was feeling that there has to be some room for leasing also. So that has been taken care in MSME policy of last year. We will be very soon coming up with the operational guidelines in the month of August. And in this MSME policy, as far as the subsidy part is concerned, I'm talking of capital subsidy, there is a substantial hike for SC/ST entrepreneurs, even higher hike, bigger hike for women entrepreneurs. We have heard a lot about startups with the Startup India mission. I want to tell you that Hyderabad has got the world's largest innovation incubation system, T-Hub. I think people must be aware of that. At the same time, we have got T-Works, which is Asia's largest prototyping facility. So these two, T-Hub and T-Works, they work side by side in the high-tech city area of the city. We are coming up with Image Tower, which will be ready next year. And there we'll be putting our all gaming and related, we'll be allotting spaces for gaming and related companies there. We have a system of regular interaction with various industry associations. In fact, last night I was having an interaction with our IT association, HICIA we call it, basically software association. Property tax issue was raised, so we are already, which is being collected by ILA since about a decade in Hyderabad. Environmental clearance, I understand that is a problem across the country, but at the same time, we should keep in mind that sustainable development is one of the prime objectives of Government of India, including the state governments. So within that ambit, we are trying to simplify the EC procedures as far as the state level clearances are concerned. Tier 2 cities, we have come up with a policy which is, we are encouraging Tier 2 cities industrial growth also. In fact, what Rajat mentioned, the Zahirabad manufacturing zone is coming on the border of Karnataka. At the same time, in Warangal, we are coming up with the largest textile park. And what I want to suggest that Hyderabad is not very far. Come and have a look. In certain sectors, you might find a better ecosystem there. I know Selva will not like this statement. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Apologies for that. And you all know my script. Give a big round of applause. You've all been amazing audience. The interaction was really meaningful. And yes, the central government and the state government is committed to taking each one of your inputs. Apologies. Sure. So over to you. Yes.
He is the owner of the...
So thank you very much for some very good suggestions and inputs. So one concern which was raised was about single window system, that there needs to be improvements in that. So what we have done is, we have now, not only this, I've taken single window system as an example because quite a lot of services are delivered through the single window systems. A lot of services which businesses avail. I've taken this as an example because this is a similar thing which is being done across, cross-cutting in various other sectors also. So what we've done is taken the best practices which are available across the country, and there are actually solutions to issues, all issues which are being raised available within the country. Some state or the other is doing something very good in that. Only thing is we have to pick up, relate to that, see how we can adapt it to the other region and then implement it. So we have brought together all those good practices, and we have discussed it with the states, all the state governments, and then given it to the states as a guidebook to implement that end-to-end digital solution for certain number of mandatory services, where there is no human interface. Once you have applied, payment is online, you don't have to go to any office to pursue it. You have a visibility on what is the progress of that application form, and everything is known to you. Now, we will also be assessing, along with the states, the progress made by each of the state on implementing that, so that there is uniformity of the service levels through these single window systems. We are hopeful, and in fact the states have been very enthusiastic. The feedback from the states have been very enthusiastic. Some of the states are totally rehauling their single window systems. Some of the states are doing a lot of re-engineering behind the window. So we are hopeful that there will be a lot of good changes you'll be seeing as you go along. There were some suggestions, some questions raised on what should be done on the existing parks. How do we manage the existing parks? How do we ensure they also are modernized and they are up to date as far as the facilities which are provided there, whether it is effluent treatment or the roads within. Now that's a puzzle which some of the states are doing. I was talking to Gunjun, she was saying that they are addressing some of the issues, including the FAR issues and the offset issues. As far as future projects are concerned, there we are putting in place, we are again pushing the states to put in place a mechanism so that management plans after the infrastructure is ready is also in place, so that we have visibility right at the beginning that how we are going to manage once the infrastructure is ready, land is allotted to the MSMEs, how it is going to be managed in a sustainable manner. Some of these maybe can also help us once these practices come in place in all the states, will also help in managing better the existing industrial parks. In places where land is not being used, substantial amount of land is not being used on account of infrastructure not being in place, there would be maybe an opportunity for the states to develop it using the new scheme which is going to come up. We are making some provision so that that can be used. But yes, this is an issue I think which the states also need to tackle. We'll also work with the states, but largely the states have to work towards it. There are some other issues with regard to incentivizing innovation, IPR. I don't think I'll go into the details of that, but there are specific schemes available run by the specific departments, whether it is S&T department or MSME department, in addition to the state governments, which are addressing these issues. As far as IPR is concerned, the framework is very facilitative. For startups, there is a specific scheme also available which takes care of the expenses involved in the IPR. But more importantly, I think what we are focusing on, what we are emphasizing is that wherever IPRs are created, let us register it in India rather than going out. So that's a number of initiatives. Again, maybe separately we can discuss that out, whoever is more interested in it. But there is a framework also in place for these. So over and all, quite a lot of things are being done in that space. Social infrastructure, again, there are various models which are in place. Tier 2, Tier 3 cities, I see that existing infrastructure, whether it is hospitals or schools, once industrial parks are coming close by, their infrastructure, the existing hospitals and schools maybe will get upgraded through the other schemes of the state government and the central government. But housing hospitals within industrial parks maybe will not be a good idea. ESIC is in the process of rolling out hospitals across the country, multiple hospitals across the countries, where land is being provided again by the state government, whether it is in Maharashtra, whether it is in Odisha, whether it is in other states, other southern states also. But that infrastructure also is being put up. One of the demands was there that ESIC hospital should be put up also. So my request before closing is again, visit the locations. Details are available on our website also. Videos are available on the NICDC website also. Visit the locations of all 20, see the progress which is being made, see the land which is available. Facilitation will be done by the state governments and the NICDC. Make your plans for investments, whether singly or with foreign partner. One of the examples which Rajat keeps telling me is about Tumkuru is once that work has started and started well, a portion has already been reserved by the Japanese for the for Japanese industrial park. So the already interest is there. So before this also land is reserved, all of you should also jump in quickly. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Sir, in the interest of time, could we do it offline? Do you want to take the question? The question will be taken offline, sir. They will definitely answer your question, I can assure.
Will be left out. So leasing may not be, as an entrepreneur, leasing may not be correct, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for your active participation. We've come to the end of the day's proceedings. We will have a very quick media interaction with the dignitaries at the back of this hall. I'd request all of you to stay around for about 15 minutes before we open for lunch. A quote that I would like to leave all of you with, something that always rings a bell with me, is in the words of Henry Ford: coming together is the beginning, staying together is progress, and working together is success. And Viksit Bharath 2047 is going to be successful with all our efforts. A big round of applause. Thank you so much for coming here. Thank you so much.